All right, let's get straight to it. 1990 Chevy K1500. This is the 5.7 liter engine. So today we are changing the fuel pump. This is what your fuel pump should look like. And it might also come with this O-ring and this flange. So before I start this job, I'm going to disconnect the negative battery terminal. This is a 8mm to get this out, and then just set that to the side. Make sure it doesn't jump back up. So before we even get to the tank, we're gonna have to focus on these. This is the line here for the fuel, and this is like a vent line there. So we need to get these two hose clamps loose. So you got one big hose clamp here and one small one there. Once we get those hose clamps loose, we can get those hoses off of those lines. All right, so as you can see, we have both of these lines off here. And now we can get to trying to lower the tank. So normally you can see there's two straps on this tank, which is normal, but with this tank here, you can see the strap up top on the left has a bolt, but the strap over here doesn't. And that's because this strap on the right is taken off in a different way. So you can see this part is a strap part, and this is a metal bracket right here that's solid, and this pretty much holds the majority of the weight of this tank. And to get this bracket out, let me show you. So there's two 15mm nuts on the back side of this frame, and on this end here there's two more. So that is how we get that out. We have to remove those four nuts, and then this part of the this bar right here, this bracket, will become loose, and we're going to take this off. So I'm going to put my jack right here in the middle and to hold it, and my first move is going to be to remove these four nuts on the outside. And try to make a good habit of wearing eye protection when working on these vehicles and messing with rusty bolts and fuel and things like that. All right, so now that I got those four bolts out, you can see how easy they slid out. I just had to push it to this side, and now once I start to lower this this whole tank, once I get that strap on that side, then this whole thing should start to lower with the tank. And we just have to pull it out from this frame as we go down. All right, so now I'm gonna get the last strap on the other side. So I have my jack still in place. So once I get this out, I should be able to start to lower. All right, so let's go ahead and tuck that out of the way by bending it back a little bit. All right, so this is the part where we're going to start to lower. We have this strap right here that's loose, and we have this bracket over here pretty much off, just waiting for, I can actually, now that I have that strap loose, I can probably just push this tank forward like that and get this down now. Yep, just like that. See, so now that strap is down. So now I can definitely start to come down with this tank. So I'm gonna need two hands for this. But basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slowly come down with this while feeding these lines out carefully, and watching all the lines up top as well from this corner here once it starts to lower, to make sure that all the lines up top, wires and everything, are coming down good. Nothing is going to break or pull too much, snap, anything like that. So Let's start to lower this down slowly and safely. So if I go from the opposite side from where I started, I can see now a lot of my wires and my lines, and you can see there's the hoses that we took off, the filler hoses from earlier, and the only thing holding this up here is those hoses that's on that lip right there on that frame. These wires here, also these lines, but they're going down. So all we gotta do is pull these hoses in, and then we should be able to lower it down a little more. Okay, so you can see here that I pulled these in and bent them back so they're no longer sitting on that frame. And now the tank is sitting upright. So now I can start to lower it down a little more. I can actually probably work from here. I think I have enough space to get this tank out. Well, not the tank, but to get the pump out here, and to get that ground wire that goes to this pump. And I can also reach over here and get to the lines from the other side. But I just want to lower it down just a little more to show you what you can do with this. All right, so we got it dropped most of the way down on the jack. The jack is all the way down, and we can see our lines here. So these are those lines that's on that pump that we have to get off, and there's a harness right here as well. There's the harness for it there. And I showed the ground wire earlier. The ground wire is on top up here. That's the ground wire for it there. Now that we have this tank down where we want it, it's time to get to work. So you can see on the new pump, there are 4 lines coming out, a large line here, and 3 smaller lines. And this is what the ends of those look like. So this big line here, that's this hose that's here. That's that line that's there coming out of the fuel pump. So all we need to do to remove that is undo that hose clamp. So that's probably the easiest one there. The other 3 lines are right here. You can see, so these are the other 3 lines here. So the 2 on the outside, you're going to have to use a 16mm wrench to undo those while holding the bigger hex. And the one in the middle, you're just going to have to pull that one off. So try twisting it with maybe some pliers. The one right here, twisting that with some pliers, and just until that one comes off. And that's how you get those 3 lines off. Okay, so while I'm on this side, I'm going to go ahead and remove this harness. Just pull this piece up like that and push it off, just like that. And that's the harness for the fuel pump there. So we got the ground off as well from up here. So pretty much all of our connections are loose. Harness is off, everything is off. So now we have to get the fuel pump out. The trick to this is you have to get this inner ring to spin counterclockwise. So my trick is to get a flathead screwdriver or a punch and put it right at the end of this one of these lobes here. It has 3 of them on here. It should have 3 or 4. It has another one here and another one here. So it has 4 of them. And if you can find one of these lobes, a punch would be better. And then you just punch that counterclockwise until this lip clears this here, and that should spring up. So now I'm on this side and we can see everything clearly here. So these are the lines that we got off. That's the harness that we got off here. And now that we're on top, we're able to reach this hose clamp here easier for this bigger line. So I'm gonna get that line off now. All right, so I got that to pop out. And now this fuel pump should be able to just lift up like that. And you can see some fuel coming out of there. So let's just get that up and out all the way. And be careful with the extra fuel that's going to be coming out of here. All right. So now is a good time to get a vacuum cleaner or something and vacuum up all of this debris around. Be sure not to get it to fall down in there. You don't want anything to, you know, fall down. It seems like there's already enough stuff in there as it is. So get a vacuum cleaner and try to get this out. All right, so we want it to look something like this. It's not the best, but it's way better than it was. So now we can go ahead and start to get our new fuel pump in. So I wanted to compare the new one with the old one before putting it back up. And everything lines up so far. We have our new O-ring, our new lock washer. Everything is new. The gaskets, filters. Our filters new. Of course, the pump and everything matches up with the old one. So we're getting ready to go ahead and put the new one in now. So let's just drop it in, straight in from the top. Make sure your rubber O-ring is right underneath this right underneath this flange here, and make sure your washer is on top, ready to go. All right, so here it is. This is the new pump. Nothing's connected yet. I just had the pump in there, and I did tighten this down. Basically, once I got the O-ring seated right down in there, I set this down evenly, and the same way I got it off is the way I got it on. I hit this counterclockwise, well, clockwise, to spin this that way, and that allowed it to lock in. So now that this lock washer is locked in, everything's locked in, we can go and start connecting all of our lines back. All right, so I'll start with the easiest things first. So I got the harness connected and I got the ground wire connected. So I have to go back to the other side over there so I can get those others, these three, back on. But actually, since I'm over here now, I'm gonna get this big line connected. And you can see this strap right here wasn't broken off here. This is the reason why I had to get this whole thing off the way I did, instead of trying to mess with that piece there. So either way, we got it off, but now it's time to go back up with it. So I have all my connections connected, harness, all my lines are connected. So now it's time to go back up with this. So I put my two hoses, the fuel lines, back over the rail, and so you can see one there, but as I go up with this more, then I'll pull the other one over till we get both of them over there. So I'm gonna start to go up with this and work my two hoses over at the same time. All right, so I got it up enough to where I was able to get this part of the bracket in and just get these nuts on loosely. And so now I'm gonna focus on getting this strap in on this side. And also I have those two hoses over here now. I haven't connected them yet. I'm gonna wait till I get this all the way up and then I'll connect those. So right now I gotta work on this strap here. All right, so I was able to get this side of the strap in, and now I can tighten up this side over here and lower my jack down. Alright, so now that we have everything up and in place, locked in, now we can finish off by putting these two lines on here. So of course you got this that goes there, and you have this one that goes there. So let's get those on. Alright, well that's it, man. Everything started up pretty good, no problems at all. As soon as I primed it a little bit and cranked it over, it turned right on. So the fuel pump is working good now. Recommend you change your fuel filter as well if you haven't done that.